Disclaimer. Remember, this game is in pre-alpha. Tons of new content in this game is changing every week, so this guide might have some outdated parts as time progresses. Multiplayer and single player. In multiplayer, you can have only one character per account. Single player, you can make as many characters as you want in your single player world. You load into the world and you have a couple of end goal objectives you could reach for. You could try to see how high your level can go, you could try to get the end gear equipment in the game, or you could just try to defeat all the bosses. It's really up to you. You can make your own goals and whatever. Also, if you're a returning player, I did put timestamps in the description if you want to use that. Press F1 to change your hotkeys. Press F3 to check at data like frame rate. Alright, now some of the mechanics. There's wall climbing in the game. So it uses your energy bar. All you gotta do is hold space bar, your jump button to climb. Middle mouse button is your dodge roll for dodging attacks and traveling faster. Control key is your glider. You can glide to prevent fall damage. The B key is your bag. This is where your inventory and equipment slots are. C key is your crafting, and you can look up stuff in the search bar. Left alt is your block. If you hold the block, you'll still take damage, but if you press block at the right time, you do a perfect block. It's kind of like a parry. Very similar to the other games. You see blocked by the energy bar. Press M to open your map. Press middle scroll wheel to make waypoints to see on the mini map where you want to go. And also, these are towns, so you can buy and sell stuff at the NPCs called merchants. More on that later. And also, you could craft things using these tools by most of the fireplaces in every town. When it gets dark, you could press G for lantern. Caves on the map never really show where like the entrance is, so you might have to do a little bit of exploring to find the cave entrance. The entrance is on the corner of the icon, for example, here. The further you go into the caves, the more stronger the monsters and mobs get, and the more valuable the ores that you can mine. Ores show up on the overworld too. They don't have to be in caves, but they're a lot more rare than finding ores in the caves. Dungeons go in order of tiers. You have the tier 1, dungeon, the tier 2 dungeon, the tier 3 dungeon, tier 4 dungeon, and tier 5 dungeon. Also, you notice there's two different icons for the 5 orb purple thing tier 5 dungeons. One is a Minotaur boss and one has a Mind Flayer boss. The Mind Flayer is the harder one. When you explore the world, there will be campfires. When you get close enough to the campfire, it will say a waypoint saved in yellow and it will show up on your screen. That means when you die, you respawn at that campfire. Then if you go to another campfire, it updates your spawn. You could kind of cheat and like zoom out to find campfires more easily this way. You can press period to auto walk so you don't have to hold the W. When you're in the multiplayer server, you can make a party with your friends by pressing O, then searching their name, and then clicking it and then pressing invite. Also, the waypoints between your party are synced. Party XP is also shared. It floats around maybe 60%. I don't know the exact formula. The merchant can be hard to find sometimes, but when you're around this close, you could see his name tag, so you could see him through walls or if he's in the house. So with this, guys, you could shift click and control click to auto balance certain values of things. So let's say like I want to buy these two items. So you can shift click the items so that they teleport into the trade window. And then I could control click items or coins so that it gives the proper value and it balances out so that I can get the exact value of what we're trading. And I made this mistake when I started out. I was selling stuff without actually control clicking the merchant's coins. So make sure you do that so you don't sell stuff for free. So how to heal. So you can buy potions or food from the merchant and eat those. Or you could sit at a campfire and do that to heal. Or you could do what I guess the meta is, where you dual wield a scepter, a healing scepter, and then whatever class weapon you want in your main hand. So put your main weapon here and then put your scepter for healing here, and then just press tab to switch hands. So what you do is you build up a combo with your main weapon, and then once your combo gets maybe around like 10 or so or higher, you heal more the higher the combo goes. You press tab to go to your scepter and then right click to heal. You slowly heal, but it's a lot of free healing because you're pretty much trading damage you do for health. Alright, skill points. So when you level up, you unlock skill points. Each skill has its own level up bar and level experience. So if you have your total combat level as level 5, your sword level might be different. Your sword level might be only level 2. So every skill tree has a different experience bar. Highly recommend using your first skill points to level up, opening up the skill trees for each weapon. When you use hammer, you get hammer XP. When you use sword, you get sword XP. And then when you use bow, you get bow XP, and so on. And then you could spend that skill points on abilities and drag it down to your hotbar on the bottom. Alright, so item rarities have different tiers / colors. So you have gray tier is the tier 1, you have tier 2 is this white tier, you have tier 3, which is the green stuff, you have tier 4, which is the blue, tier 5 is purple, and tier 6 is gold. Alright, inventory system. So everyone has 4 bag slots, and depending on like how good your bag is, depends on the slots, so you just drag it here, and then yeah. In multiplayer, you can do PvP. You just gotta type / battle mode space, and then either do PvP or PvE. You can't spam this command, you can only do it every 5 minutes, so be careful of that. You can actually tame animals and mount them. Sorry, I didn't get footage for this, but you could use these green collars and drag them to your hotbar, and then right click a animal to tame it and ride it. The only thing is right now, we are currently only limited to riding quadrupeds, only 4-legged mobs. Later on we'll probably have like flying mounts or something. Advanced movement that might be patched later on. Roll jumping. So when you hold spacebar in the middle of your roll animation, you will boost your momentum forward. Momentum slash. So when you slash, you slow down, but if you do it in the air, you will maintain your airspeed momentum. Double jump roll. So there's this weird timing where if you spam jump at the end of your roll, you'll get a twice as big jump. Max distance angle glider. So if you press the auto walk key while you're gliding, it will do the most optimal angle to go the longest distance. For multiplayer chat, you could type /W for world chat, /R for regional chat. I think this is just like the biome you're in or something, I don't know. /G is group chat for your party chat, /T is your whispering to someone. Some little side notes is that for mob spawning and despawning, how it works is you have to log out to unload the chunk, and once the chunk is unloaded and then reloaded, everything respawns. So in single player, that's more simple because you could just leave like the chunk and then come back in, or log out and come back in. Multiplayer, all the players have to be out of that chunk for it to reload all the mobs or ores and whatever. For single player commands, you could do like giving yourself items or making yourself max level or something. I'm gonna put a link in the description for which commands or what. Some of my favorite is /give item, common items, coins or whatever. /site is nice because you could teleport to a site, or you could do /go to and then do any of like the coordinates or something. All the stuff is on the wiki. And then just ask the Discord like if you need certain like items to find like directory codes for like loot tables and all that. If it's not on the wiki, you could just check like the game files itself because the game is open source. So I'm gonna do some stuff on screen, and then just ask me on the Discord like where like the certain things are in the GitLab open source blah blah. By the way, this link for this website's in the description. Want to learn how to mod weapons and armor and make your own and all that stuff? You go to this link at the book on their website, and then this link is also in the description, so this will teach you all about like how to make your own mods. Now the wiki has barely any information on the game, so we've been kind of like adding manually, and anyone could edit. Just make an account on the wiki and then just make a page for pages that don't exist. Like let's say if I go to Eagle to edit the pages, just click edit source, the blue button at the top. And then mainly we just need information, so you could type in like what the eagle drops and where you could find like the eagle and other monsters and mobs and weapons and how to craft them. If you want to know more about editing wiki and the formats and stuff, you could click here and then just read up on this to start editing.